Hello everybody and welcome to my Let's Play of the Curious Expedition. This is a new alpha game that just came out, and I thought I'd do a little series of it. It won't take long, 1 or 2 episodes at most. And I am absolutely horrible at this game, and I've tried going through it about 3 or 4 times, and I get to the 4th or 5th expedition and I'll just die horribly. So, without further ado, see, I've opened up a few of the extra characters, but I've still got lots to do. I don't know who is best or anything like that, so I'm just going to randomly choose somebody. There's people like Nikola Tesla, Charles Darwin, Richard Francis Burton, Frederick Courtney Selous, Mary Kingsley, who's that? Johann Huizinga. Okay. Freya Stark. Yeah, Game of Thrones. Isabella Bird. Ada Lovelace. This guy's a British explorer, officer, and world famous big game hunter. Now, he starts with a hunting rifle, a campsite, a donkey, a cook, and a Parsi trader. I don't know, as I said, what is good, what is not, so I'm just going to pick him. Sounds good. Welcome back to the Explorers Club, old friend. Have you heard that we are building a statue to honour... Oh my god, that's quick. Well, is you have a good chance of seeing your likeness on that statue. However, I'm afraid to tell you blah 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 blah, whatever. Yeah. We have rivals. 4 of them. They go explore, adventure awaits. So at the start you only have the option of one place to explore, and this is the Malicious Grasslands, well-balanced region consisting mostly of wide grasslands. Rumour talks about a golden pyramid that can be found in this region. Blah, blah, blah. After a good night's rest, I made haste and arrived at the docks. The crew had preparations left to do, so I spent my time on the deck enjoying the cool breeze. A trader walked up to me and pleaded for my help. He desired to have a message delivered to the chief of a village located in the region we were heading to. Why not? He handed us a sealed envelope. Oh, it takes one of my inventory slots. Oh, that's a bit of a rip. At last our vessel was ready to put out to sea. Set sail. So, this is a very roguelike experience. Like it's all hex based, and it might be best to deliver the letter first. Luckily the man had marked the location of the village on our map. Okay, so we know that's a village. We have something here that's unknown yet. You have to explore it. Each move costs you an amount of sanity, so that's 8, 7, 6, 10, 14, all the way over there. You can go on the hills, which costs an awful lot, 43, and you have 100 sanity to start with. Now the idea is to find the golden pyramid and return in the quickest amount of time with the most amount of treasure. Treasures you can get from random events such as that, or from opening up shrines and temples. There are more advanced maps than this, but we'll get to them in a bit. But first of all, I think I'm going to take this. Approach the trader. A wandering tradesman had set up camp here. The mysterious dress trader had a lot of useful goods on offer. All of them had undoubtedly been used before, probably during some other unsuccessful expeditions. Trade. He proudly presented us a selection of his wares. We couldn't help but think he was hiding something. barter. So, this guy, the trader we got, gives us a haggle ability. And it can give you a little bit of a boost on your prices. So he's got chocolate. See, elephant tusks. You want to take them home with you and sell them. But I've got nothing I can really trade with that for now. Climbing gear could be useful. It's only cheap. We can reduce the price of it. Not buy enough for that though, and I've got nothing. So let's cancel this dude. Excuse me. Cool, blimey. Just blew me brains out. Okay, anyway. So we've got another question mark here. If you look in the top left here, there's a compass that gives you a approximate location of the Golden Pyramid. And it changes all the time until you get close to it. I mean, no real need for inventory space at the moment, and I know that that's there and that's near the temple. So let's go here. Examine. I came across a fascinating man-made stone idol. The skillful, crafted eyes seemed to look right in at us. His presence felt uncomfortable, and I decided to move on. I noticed some items by the statue. They must have been put here by the natives of this region, presumably in an attempt to appease the gods. Should we leave it or examine the loot? I took a look at the offerings, wondering if anything was useful among them. Oh, golden llama and some berries. Take it all. We took what we could use. Continue. So that's made everyone hate us a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to go and deliver a message now, which is going to give us our standing back. We carefully approached an unknown native village. The natives who apparently were the best scouts known to the region. One of the natives spoke fluent English and introduced himself as Jakku. He had travelled England before deciding to return to his ancestral home. While casually checking our crates, he asked us what our business in this village would be. Treasures. Jakku flashed us a knowing smile. He handed me an old map of the region. He offered more help and led us into the village. The villagers had been awaiting us. They seemed to know about us already. They were cautious, but politely offered their help. We'll deliver that letter. Get it out of our bag. We brought the letter to the village chief. The elderly man was a compulsive talker and told us about the best sights to see in the vicinity, including a holy shrine which he marked on our map. Very nice. Our extended presence was perceived well by the natives. They remained kind and we felt like welcome guests in the settlement. Let's recruit. We sat down and spoke with the natives to find out if some villagers were inclined to join our cause. However, not one of the villagers wanted to join our cause. We needed to gain their trust first. Let's trade. Okay, so they've got some animal teeth. Ooh, we've got a treasure map. And I've got shovels. Golden llama's worth quite a lot. But we can use that for prestige later on. That's a prestige item. I think that little red floret thing means that you can hand it into the museums for points. Well, we got ready to and headed out, as new adventures could be awaiting around the next corner. Standing +2, so we got our standing back. Okay, so Oh, okay. Maybe down here. Just in case. Yeah, it's not there. Right. So, this is going to be a cave, and I have no torches, so it might be a silly idea to try and go to a cave. There's a butterfly there. Paul Henry's poisonous royal flyer. We also have a wild animal there, which we should try and avoid. It's a pack of hyenas. Oh, it's a waterfall. We'll go there. We arrived at a magnificent waterfall. It was an awe-inspiring sight. The water cooled down the air, creating a fresh breeze. A rest. We settled down and allowed everyone to rest. It seemed like that everyone had lost hope. We barely managed to collect enough wood to light a campfire. We had to do something. The men needed some progress to bolster their faith in our venture. As we prepared for departure, we knew we would miss the gentle noise of falling water. The natural beauty of this place was breathtaking. I only got 47 out of 100 sanity, so I'm going to rest one more time. We settled down and told people to rest. There was a tense mood. While sitting around the fireplace, we heard an unsettling rasping sound coming from behind a nearby tree. Investigate. A young native with glassy eyes and an infected wound lay shivering behind a tree. Without the use of medical supplies, there was nothing we could do. The shaking soon stopped. After days of resting, we still enjoyed the rumbling of the falling water. This was a truly beautiful place. We'll leave now. I think we need to go to this here. Examine the shrine. A large building loomed in front of us. Its stoned walls were covered with ornate engravings. The portal that led within emanated an eerie chill. The thick layer of dust seemed to lay on the structure. A thick layer of dust. We'll enter the shrine. We arrived at what seemed to be the treasure chamber. If this place held any riches, I knew we would find them here. An altar, flooded by the light, throned in its centre. Ooh. We got a golden dagger. Made of gold, this was probably used for sacrificial rituals. A page that was ripped from an ancient tome. It is written in unearthly alien letters, but for some reason you know you can read it. Thanks. This was not a day of hesitation. We secured the treasure. We grabbed what we could and hurried outside. As the plant life around us began to wither and die, we could not tell how, but it seemed like we had caused some kind of shift in the climate of this region. Oh dear. Oh, what's going on? Oh, we made it into a desert. And there's our golden pyramid. Oh man. Oops. And we just running out of sanity there. Morale was at a low point. We sat quietly around the campfire. Everybody was lost in their own doubts when suddenly Paul Henry got up to stand in front of the group. And shouting into our faces that not all hope was lost, he went on, and after some time we started to cheer him on. started to cheer on him and applaud ourselves. He somehow rallied up the group and instilled new hope, even though I knew that we would have to use this newfound energy well. Cool. Brilliant. Thanks, Paul Henry. Who's Paul Henry? Ah, it's the cook. Yeah. There was the Golden Pyramid enthroned above the landscape. Overcoming all obstacles, we have yet survived. After weeks of travelling, a furia overcame me. I knew that my name would be forever remembered. Finished the expedition. We destroyed this land. Nice. So, our fame is now 220. Bravo! We get to choose, God Save the Queen, get to choose a perk. Heavy Carrier. Gain the 2 additional inventory slots. Start each expedition with a bonus standing. Recruit up to 2 units per expedition. Look at that loyal donkey, he said. Heavy Carrier sounds good to me. So we came in a close 4th. But we have a golden llama, which will go for either way, fame or funds. Same, I'll gift it for the fame. So we overtake this chap, Dion Fortune. We have a sacrificial dagger, which will give me more fame than it will money. Same as that one. And that's our lot. 340. It's not bad. So, we got the black grasslands or the opulent drylands. Don't like the desert ones if I can help them. After being too excited to sleep, I arrived at the harbour. There were still some preparations necessary, so I spent my time on deck enjoying the cool breeze. I was greeted by a gentleman as I waited. He challenged me to complete my upcoming expedition within 80 days and offered a reward on completion. The gentleman nodded as I accepted his challenge. He tipped his hat and wished us luck in our journey. Brother Alexander, a missionary, offered to join our expedition. We could use a missionary and welcome Brother Alexander in our trek. At last the vessel was ready to put out to sea, purchase equipment. I used the remaining time to visit the general store before setting off. I knew that many of these items would be hard to come by in the wild. So we got 30 funds. These are 2 each, so I'll have 5 ropes. They're 10 each. Well, no, we'll have 4 torches as well, I think. Yeah. Whiskey is used for restoring lost sanity. Okay, now I know that the temple is up somewhere, so I might go to this one first. Oh, that's the camp. We entered an old campsite, likely the remains of a failed expedition before us. The skeleton of what must have been a French explorer stared at us through the hollow eye sockets. Okay, can we leave now? Pull yourself together. We formed a small search teams and searched the place. To our surprise, one of the rotten crates still held some valuable equipment. Loot. Another treasure map. As we left, we noticed that our presence had attracted hungry wildlife. Oh no, it's a tiger. Let's go this way. And around. We do not want to be messing with no tiger. Oh, there's a mission. We went through the gate and were welcomed by an old missionary. He was visibly relieved to see new faces, as he had been alone for longer than he cared to remember. He greeted Brother Alexander warmly and assured us that we were welcome to sleep within the safety of his walls at any time. The priest allowed us to access the mission storage room and promised us that we could have all the items sent. He would have all items sent back to the civilized world for us, if we wouldn't be able to pick them up again ourselves. Okay, so you can chuck stuff in a stash and it'll just go back home for you. Missionary produced some of his supplies. Still got that haggle. He's got colourful marbles, empty canvas, and a first aid kit. What's he gonna give us? Let's take the first aid kit for. Let's see. Oh, that's a bit much, really. That sounds good to me. A bottle of whiskey for all of that. Yes. Let's rest here. The priest was glad to have some company and let us rest in relative safety of the mission. The priest scurried off for a while but came back with several bottles of whiskey that he wanted to share. Drink? He just took my whiskey and then shared it out. We accepted his offer and passed the whiskey around. It had not aged all well as we had hoped, and left a particularly bitter taste on the tongue. The priest inquired as to whether he could be of any further assistance to us. Leave. We shook hands and wished us luck. New discoveries await. Okay, so it's saying it's down. This compass, I will take it back. Look at this treasure map. I haven't even got a spade, so there's no point in looking at treasure maps. Is there? Well, I know it's here somewhere, I think. Or is it? No. Okay, where's the compass saying now? Down here somewhere. Oh, we're knackered. Healing Springs. Explore the springs. We arrived at a place of outstanding natural beauty. The water had strong colouring, very likely from geothermal groundwater. Rest overnight. I decided it would be a good idea to stay here and told the people to rest. Exhaustion was wearing us down. We barely managed to collect enough wood to light a campfire. Anxiety was becoming a burden for the trek. Pharaoh Zeza told us that we had been so nervous that he dropped something. Oh, he dropped my whiskey. Oh, rascal. Everyone enjoyed the stay here a lot. A soft shell of steam covered the water as we prepared to head out again. I need to rest again. What did he drop? Some ropes. Oh my god. Some clumsy gits I've got on my expedition. Mist lay heavy on the land as we prepared to leave. Right, everyone can be promoted. Level +1. Level +1. He can't be promoted yet. Oh, you can ride the donkey. I didn't even know that. Could it be that? A giant tree? Uh-oh. We entered an old campsite. It must have been here for a long time. The skeleton of what might have been a must have been a French explorer stared at us through hollow eye sockets. We were delighted to see that one of the corpses was still clinging to a valuable item. Ooh! Flare gun and extra bullets. Yeah, thank you. Oh gosh. I'm gonna have to fight it. So, see, this is my first combat. It's basically a dice-based, turn-based combat. You roll the dice, and any combos are indicated by the vibrating dice. So that, along with that, is a headbutt, ripper leap, pow, straight in the kisser. Right, quick shot, no combo with that. Donkey, hoof, pow. Tactical advantage, I do, and that's all go over. He killed my dude. Quick shot, pow. He's dead. Get out of here. We stripped what was useful from the remains. Oh, take all that stuff. Let's throw the treasure map away, because it's no good to us. What? Raw meat. Go. There's a waterfall. Yes, I need to rest. My sanity is 0. We were on the brink of collapse, blah 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 blah. The men were in desperate need of some progress. Yeah. I'll have to rest again. See, I do also have this campsite which I can use at any time. They're very expensive, but it gives you your sanity bar up to the top again. Oh, a shrine towered above us. It was in terrible shape, as the weather had been beating down on it for centuries. What remained of a narrow staircase led to the only entrance. A thick layer of dust seemed to lay on the structure. Use a rope, climb without safety, or leave. I think I'll use a rope. We used the rope to safely heave ourselves up to the entrance. We had found the sacred altar room. It was a truly awe-inspiring sight. Our steps echoed as we approached the sacred altar. Investigate the altar. Oh, look. Okay, so... Oh, I've got spades. Oh, man. We don't need rope anymore. So, golden necklace. And... that'll do. Dismount that. Oh, look. Oh, man, I'm such a nub. This has got to be the Golden Pyramid. Yeah, I thought so. Without access to medical equipment, it is nearly impossible to prevent an injury from getting infected. Thing is, wound was beginning to look very unappetizing indeed. Let's promote this dude and explore. There was the Golden Pyramid enthroned above the landscape. Overcoming all obstacles, we had yet survived. Enter the pyramid. After weeks of travelling, euphoria overcame me. I knew that my name would be forever remembered. Success! We came third again. Open report. Oh, I don't want that. Oh, I did not know this. Cool. I can tweet it too. Right, finish expedition. What a delight! Triumph! Bravo! Polyglot, allow one to rest in native villages and improves communication with the indigenous people. Desert Explorer, reduced movement costs in deserts. Ooh. Cartographer reveals a full region when all locations have been found. I think the Desert Explorer, because we're going to get Desert next, guaranteed. Wow. I've just looked at the time in this video, it's 31 minutes. So, what I'll do, I'll sell up here and then we'll wrap the episode up. So, where's gift? Gift. Continue. And oh look, we got grasslands. Brilliant. Anyway, that'll do for now. I shall wrap this episode up and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, chaps. TTFN.